Hey guys, in this video, we're going to be talking about how to apply structure in other parts of your dog's normal daily life, specifically referring to your morning routine. We have made such progress with your dog in this short amount of time because of the way we train, kind of our plan with a crawl, walk, run mentality, and then specifically the equipment we use. So this equipment we use is stuff that we use with our own dogs to varying degrees, and it is the reason that we're able to communicate with your dog so effectively and so quickly. So as we start to look for methods that will help us be successful in transferring the performance your dog gives our trainers back to you at your home environment, one of the main things that's going to set us up for success is you continuing to structure your day like we do, specifically beginning with a great morning routine. So your trainer will kind of demonstrate how they have started the day with your dog every single day. You'll go over this again at that home drop-off session. But the main thing to think of is I want you to be prepared for anything that may arise in everyday unpredictable life from the very first moment of the day. So regardless if you start to sleep with your dog in the bed, use your kennel, again, follow your trainer's recommendations, but regardless of where your dog begins their day, one of the first things, if not the very first thing that I would suggest you do with your dog is to get them dressed and ready for the day. Now that specifically refers to that training equipment that we talked about, that communication equipment. At the beginning of your day, you don't know what your dog may encounter. You don't know what that day has in store for us. So getting your dog dressed with the training equipment that we're going to recommend you continue using is going to ultimately prepare you to communicate to your dog no matter what stimulation awaits us, no matter how excited our dog is in the morning routine, and no matter what our day has in store for us. The number one way that you really make sure that a behavior is solidified with a canine is consistency. So we want to consistently create a new routine with your dog in the morning. Regardless of how chaotic it used to be before, we want to really dial it in and make sure that it's very structured at the beginning, starting at graduation. Remember the 1 month for every week that we have your dog rule, and you'll be great. If you need leashes from the moment they leave the kennel to the moment you can get the e-collar on, to the moment you get outside and get a little bit of structure in your dog's life, then please use that equipment. Again, everyone's routine will be slightly different depending on the dog, the behavioral issues you're having, and how deep-rooted those behavioral issues are with you and your family members. So really take this morning routine to heart, because that will set the tone for the entire day moving forward. If you're not sure exactly what your trainer has been doing with your dog in the mornings, make sure that you ask so that way it can be demonstrated and you can go over it in person with them before the trainer leaves. The last thought I want to lead you with is, again, we're trying to avoid our dog misbehaving to begin with. Remember that proactive mentality. We have a lot of owners that like to say, my dog does not behave until I put the collars on them. My response is always, well, why don't we put the collars on them all day long so that way we have a well-trained dog? To break that down a little bit further, remember your dog is not only listening because the training collars are on. However, it is a major indicator that your dog is still expected to perform at the level they were with their trainer because they're wearing their training equipment that they've had on for their 3 to 4 week board and train. If your dog comes home and you fail to use the equipment, that is just one major indicator to your dog that they're back home with your family and the equipment comes off. They are no longer with the trainer. They've physically made it back home into the safe zone, and so now I'm going to start performing the old behavior prior to training. So use that equipment consistently to set you up for success.